This is The Lonely Island, and you're visiting ShowbizMonkeys.com.
No consequence when you playing with the fire. Move to the left, man. No fuss.
Freeze!
Ah, shit.
I've been on your tail for weeks, and now I finally got you. You're all under arrest.
Shit.
For breaking social distancing guidelines.
What?
We're outside. Doesn't matter, you're still way too close to each other. There's a safe way to do a drug deal. Why don't you use the designated drug deal area we've created?
What?
Huh? Oh, that's entrapment.
And you were sharing the same Coke knife.
Ugh. We're in the same bubble.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
How long have you been doing this already? What energy level am I meeting you guys at?
I feel like I'm getting more energy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Shang Tsung, who or like Voldemort when he eats more like a unicorn.
I also feel like this is either an icebreaker or a tension builder where it's already so intimate because it's like, hello, welcome to all of our bedrooms.
I know, right?
Judge how
Like
we
MTV Cribs, yeah.
all
I'm in a
live.
basement. Yeah.
Right?
This is
Where
I
the magic
cry.
happens.
Like, honestly, my first thought, Franco, was, oh, he doesn't have any like posters or anything behind him. Is he doing okay? Where?
Oh, yeah. Help me! I don't know where I am.
Yeah. I'm going to guess how you guys came up with your name because I don't actually know. But I'm assuming you were sitting at the bar TallBoyz, right by Comedy Bar, drinking TallBoyz, and you're like, wait, we're TallBoyz. And it just like, how close am I?
I mean, for legal reasons, we can't say whether that's correct or wrong because they are very litigious.
Okay. That is an appropriate answer. And I'm proud of you for putting up healthy boundaries. That's good.
So the name was actually suggested to us by a friend of the troupe, TallBoyz. And then once we made our first Facebook group page, we did a photo shoot, and my sister took photos of us wearing T-shirts with deep V's cut into them. Like we just took a T-shirt that we didn't really care about, we cut really deep V's in them, and it was fall, and the photos looked very sexy. I still stand by it. I think it was the sexiest photo shoot of the year.
Yeah.
And I just named one of the albums "TallBoyz to Men," and Frank was like, "We should name
That's
that."
what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether to bring that up because I'm like, oh, is it another infringement thing? Are they going to move the answer?
Yeah, no,
That is,
actually,
we did have to drop it for the show because, yeah, they're also very
Yeah.
litigious. We got a lot of litigious enemies as the TallBoyz.
Right.
Yeah.
Apparently, like TallBoyz is also like a copyrighted. I don't know how we got it. Maybe because we're not selling actual beer, but apparently you can't call your beer TallBoyz.
Well, is
Yeah,
that
I
why
think
you
the
have
Z
the
also
Z?
helps.
What was that?
Yeah, the Z.
Why you guys
is
have the
essential.
Z too?
Yeah.
Is technically
Yeah.
like that's super fun.
It's also be cool,
Yeah.
and we're from the streets.
Franco, from the first season, from like the song "Tall at the Club," you were the shortest of the tall. Is that correct?
I like to imagine I'm the most vertically relatable, but
Well, that's kind of my question. Is there like anything you've heard about being taller that you're just like, thank God, I'm not taller?
I wait, yeah, I think I feel like even during this year actually, with COVID, there was a lot of delays in getting clothing because before they used to just go into a store, but because time is such a scarce resource, especially in production, you can't just shop anymore. You have to like wait in line and then go in, and then you have like an hour. But when your shoots are like 18-hour days and the director needs something like the next day, or if they need to order something from like Europe or something, the packages get delayed all the time. So something that would have taken one day takes like 2 weeks. So me being the height that I am it was very easy to outfit me.
Oh,
The only thing that got in the way of me getting outfitted was my difficultness to please.
Yeah.
I will say
Okay.
one thing as a second shortest TallBoyz, I did notice is I went once to Wonderland with Vance and Guled, and I didn't realize you could be too tall for a roller coaster,
Yes.
and that was a bit
Guled's.
heartbreaking. Yeah, where I didn't know it was just a window. I knew you could be short, but yeah, or where that must be tough.
It was. I learned that lesson at 9.
Oh man, that's
9?
early too.
9?
Yeah, I think it was the 8 or 9. I went to it was like a mall, Woodbine Mall. It's like it's the East End, West End. I forget which direction it is. I think probably West End. And they had like a little Ferris wheel and like some rides and stuff. And I at that age they were like, yeah, dude, you're too tall to go on these rides. And just watching my cousins who are also my same age getting to go, and I was like, I had to grow up fast. I had to grow very fast, you know.
That's
Just
emotionally.
I started learning about taxes immediately afterwards. I'm like, there's no more games, no more games.
Well, okay, on the opposite end of that, is there anything do you feel like this anger when the other guys are talking about being tall and you're just like, you don't even fucking know what tall is? Is there things that like they should know about being tall?
I feel most of the stuff people know about being tall, like they're correct on, like it is cool. It's pretty nice being above the crowd. I mean, it does come with like more maintenance because it's just more body to cover. So like your joints can start hurting at an earlier age if you're not careful.
Oh wow!
So those are some of the downsides of
Nine's
being
the
tall.
age that starts.
I did. I had lower
Guled
back
has
pain at 9.
osteoporosis at 11 years old.
Well, because I noticed when you guys had your first billboard out, like one of the gimmicks that was so brilliant was like Guled was on an extended part, and I was just like, is there scenarios in which like that billboard is dangerous because the Guled is catching too much wind and is like not properly based?
Yeah,
or something?
it devastated the falcon population in Ontario. We got a couple of letters written to us.
On really windy days, it looks like Guled's like, yes, watch
He's
the
waving.
show. Yes. Guled's actually very limber. Like you're very like I'm really amazed. If you ever walk slightly behind Guled, like it's almost like an all-star running back. Or wide receiver, the way he like can juke, and like a door will come and Guled just knows how to bend, like, and like as if he's like part of the Incredibles. It's like
since he was 9, it's just
it's amazing.
skill. So okay, you give me a couple avenues, but like, are there things that you've now noticed about yourselves from having someone else write for you? You're just like, oh, I don't do that thing. And then everyone stops and they're like, no, you do this thing, or you're actually really good at this, or...
There's one thing, I mean, I think it also just comes from not only writing for each other, but just hanging out so much is, certain things we pick up. There's one where I'll verbally scat to just cover noises, like a do 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 at the end of sentences that I wasn't aware until hanging out with these guys in a writer's room for hours and hours on ends. And now every time I do it, I can't help but hear it.
Is there someone else in the troupe that you like writing for besides yourselves?
I personally like writing for everyone more. I find it very difficult to write for myself, and I find it like much easier to write for others personally. Because I mean, I don't know. I think everyone's so funny, truthfully, and it's because it seems like a lot. Because like most comedians be like, no, but it's so much easier to visualize and to to write for myself, I find a big challenge.
I enjoy writing things for Vance to shout at me. I think that's one of my anything I can write that Vance will say to me at a loud level. I mean, that's the best.
Yeah, that's fun. Is there because Franco, you're a new dad. I was about to say recent dad, but I'm like, no, depends how you judge it. But like this season, have you just been handed a bunch of dad sketches from everyone else, or are you writing more dad sketches?
I'm writing more dad sketches, and imposing them on everyone else.
Right.
I'm like, guys, this is our demographic now.
Well, because in the screeners, you play two different dads very, very well. And I'm just like, okay, now he has the gravitas to do that.
I
Which
feel,
I am
yeah.
kind of jealous about, you know, like I want to be able to play a dad, but also I want that role to come from real life experience of being a dad.
Yeah.
Hey, just believe in
Dude.
yourself, champ.
Yeah. Well, okay, so to that point, it made me think like, Franco, you kind of got it all at once. Like you got the success of the show and a kid all at once.
Actually,
And
I got 3 things. Also, the Raptors won the championship.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I remember when they all turned to the camera and were like, this is for you, Franco. The last.
Kawhi doesn't really say a lot of things. And I call him Kawhi because we're friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the things he said for sure.
But like, was it hard for you getting that all at once? Or you're just like, this is amazing. I've never been more tired in my life. Like, did you get to enjoy it at all? Or is it also like, this is amazing. I'm so grateful. But I also am not allowed to complain about anything for like 2 years now.
Yeah, I definitely don't. Yeah, I try my best not to complain. I feel like the exhaustion is catching up as the child gets older and the sleep patterns are more variant. But yeah, I definitely try. I don't complain. Yeah. I don't think I do. Maybe I do. Probably.
No,
People who are close to me hear me complain.
Yeah. We were talking about COVID. Was there a conscious conversation that you guys had about like, do we want to address COVID? Like, is it more important to be relevant or evergreen in this moment? Of course, you're also doing sketch, so you can jump to a non-COVID sketch, which is nice. You almost have more opportunity than, say, someone on like a weekly TV show. Was there any conversation about that, or?
I don't know about conversation. I just think that weekly television shows that are shooting right now and they're all wearing masks and shields. I think it looks so dumb. If it's like, I know it's the world we live in, but I just think it's so. You're sitting on the stand testifying, but you have the stupid shield in front of you, and like I don't. Anyways,
yeah.
You guys want to take this one?
Yeah, just going off.
I mean, I'm with that. It looks stupid.
You do. It's the light reflecting off a shield looks dumb. Personally,
Yeah,
you know,
if only Breaking Bad was still going on, because when they wore hazmat suits, at least it made sense. Okay,
it's part of the story.
Yeah.
And they mixed it with drugs, which made it cool. Like if you're gonna wear a mask, do crystal meth. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that bugged me is they were so accurate about everything else, and then I'm like, really, this is a show all about meth, and everyone has great teeth. Really, you're gonna let that slide? There's not like one mold you could make.
Yeah, Jesse needs just one snaggletooth.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so Bruce McCullough from Kids in the Hall is your director, producer. How, when you guys started with this, how has he been mentoring you? And how has he like put his input in, but also step back to like not squish the style?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you covered it. Like he is very good at like he still has a very big role in the show, even the second season. Like still very hands-on. Always wants to know ideas we're working on, to give his input. But also he's like, I think he's really good at knowing when to step away to give you a little space an idea, and also at times when to push an idea that you might be losing steam on, because he sees it could still work, even though like I might have lost faith in it. Like first draft in, I'm like, yeah, this is garbage. He's like, no, there's something here. I think just keep trying, tweaking it. So I think he's really good at like trying to like, you know, push us in the direction of like, don't lose ideas that are good, but also at times be like, I still want this to, this is your show and I want it to feel like your show. So, you know, like it's a balancing act.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, exactly what Goulet said.
It's definitely great to have as someone like, I mean, it's so good to have someone who knows sketch and knows troupe dynamics and can also like nurture
Yeah.
our relationship with each other and how we work together and feedback. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the best people to have in your corners.
Yeah, to echo what Tim's saying, like that's this. I mean, the thing that I was not expecting is how nurturing he actually is. It's like he definitely is always cares that we care about the comedy, and he always keeps that in mind, and he's always like advocating for and fighting for what we want to say. So he's really great, and he's hands off when he needs to be, and he's hands on when we need him to be.
That's so cool. In terms of like,
I'd rather have Mark McKinney.
Yeah, I'm with Vance. Like Mark McKinney.
I don't know, man. I studied with Kevin McDonald, and like I'm interviewing you, not the other way around. Oh. I'm sorry, Kevin.
He's listening.
Kevin just slammed his took his headphones off, slammed them. He's like, God damn it. He's trying to escape.
So like, I get, because you're now one of the most diverse casts on television. When
The
you're
history of
making-
television.
Yeah. It's like in living color.
Oh, could
and then
you could you start over and use Franco's words, please? Thank you.
Yeah. The history. Of
Can I ask all the questions now, Andrew?
Yeah.
Anyways, my question is for Tim.
How do you balance when you're making the running order of an episode? Like, how do you balance out the sketches of like, this is also relevant, and you have a social platform, and then also like, let's just do something stupid and silly. Like, how do you find that sweet spot? Or is there some other kind of rhythm you're looking for? The whole time?
Usually do one of each.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
just
like
toggle
switch.
on and off. Yeah.
Back and forth.
It's like a dinner. You get carbs and 2 meats and 1 veggie.
It's definitely interesting where it's I mean, I think rhythm is something that's essential and to it, where, you know, because we'll write the sketches all in a certain order in the episode, but when it comes like down the line after we filmed it and we're actually editing it and putting it together, you kind of get a sense of the energy of each sketch, and the running order could change a lot, where it's just like, oh, I mean, these kind of have a similar theme, and it feels nice having these sketches next to each other. Oh, we've had a lot of Guled here. Why don't we throw in this sketch to try and mix it up? You know, it's like a puzzle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's my favorite part of it too. I like figuring out the I'm getting the light. So I got 2 more questions for you guys.
I'm gonna do one more joke and get out of here.
Sort of
6-minute closer. End with a story, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a type 15. Kind of on the same thing, because you're such a diverse cast, what kind of network notes are you getting, or like censorship notes? Because there is one, and I won't spoil it, there's one sketch in the season 2 opener that I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. I can't believe CBC is going to air this, and I can only imagine what are you getting more questions from them? Like, can you do this? Are we?
It's been pretty supportive so far, where they definitely want us to, you know, push boundaries and go where we want. They will, you know, bring us in certain parts. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff where I think in the writing process, I'm like, let's see if they say yes to this. And I've been surprised more than often that they've let certain things go through. I mean, every once in a while you get brought back, but I think they're really on board for what we have to say, and it's really great.
It brings up a nice swell of Canadian pride.
Yeah.
And I do think we haven't played the card it's racist enough on them when they give us notes. So I feel like we still have room for that. They especially when they send back notes on particular months, and we're like, yeah, exactly. We just take a photo and it'll just be like, or just camera roll. We just like point it. We're like, hello. Yeah. Just
Right. It's like no, this is a season 5 sketch when we don't care anymore, and it's like near the end. So going from season 1 to 2, or even from starting the show, like, did you have anything that you had to learn from like converting your stage material to television? And then now that you have a season under your belt, were there things going into season 2 that you're like, let's do less of this and double down on this? Like, I noticed, and I love that there's a lot more songs already.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like for the songs, I think that just kind of came from us. I don't know if there was any this. I just kind of wrote. I just trust everyone. I'm not. Sorry, I'm breaking up. Tim, do you want to answer this one? Do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely learned a lot. I mean, the first season we went through we had just done a 75-minute live show of all our material right before we went into the writer's room of the first season, and we kind of threw all the ideas that could translate onto screen in the episode, and then we had to fill in the blank. And I think we learned so much doing that first season. We were definitely a lot more comfortable writing for TV and the format this time around. I'm trying to think of anything specific. I mean, a lot of budget stuff. I think, you learn to think about what jokes are essential, that might require a bigger setup, but need to remain in the episode, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because in the first time around, we had a lot of there's helicopters showing up, a caravan, couple caravan, the buses, like just random things
SWAT
that are
teams.
fun to think, but like,
It's
swap
like
things
your
on the
bucket
ceiling.
list thing of like, what will I always wanted to do that they will now have to let me do?
yeah.
Yeah. Because
Like
when you're
Googlehead's
on
writing
stage-
sketches like, now they have to let me ride the roller coaster. It's in the sketch.
Yeah, they have to. Yeah, and we get a roller coaster just for that sketch. That's only like 2 minutes.
Yeah, they have to build one specially for you.
Yeah.
They did that for the locker room sketch we did last year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know,
They
and
built
we
a
had a
locker for me.
specially built locker for Gula to fit inside of.
Oh wow!
And also so they could shoot as well
Yeah.
in the locker as well. So like
Yeah.
it's some of the TV magic.
Okay, I've gotten the double light now, but like this is good. I feel like we ended on a professional question. I really saved this thing.
Pulled it all
Trust it,
together.
Andrew.
Yeah,
Thanks,
no,
Andrew.
thanks so much, guys.
Thanks, Andrew.
Take
Yeah.
care.